Welcome to the Deconstructionist Deep Dive.
The podcast that doesn't just accept the story.
We break it.
We examine the pieces.
And expose the machinery inside.
Let's dive in. Okay, so what if sacred geometry isn't this universal language of light we often hear about? What if it's actually more like a meticulously crafted hierarchical control system? And what if that promise of spiritual enlightenment is, well, really kind of prison? You know, perfect, predictable patterns designed to make you feel incomplete.
Yeah, incomplete unless you have the guru's special decoder ring, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so today we're really peeling back the layers on something that, let's be honest, many people find deeply beautiful, sacred geometry. But specifically, we're looking at its, let's call it, deceptive allure, particularly how figures like Drunvalo Melchizedek present it.
Right.
We're going to unpack his claims, things like divine blueprints, these hidden histories he talks about, secret orders, and then, well, systematically dismantle them.
And the point isn't to trash genuine spiritual searching. Not at all. It's about empowering you, the listener, with a clearer lens.
Spot on.
So our mission for this deep dive, basically to give you the tools to see through that seductive fog, you know, those narratives that promise the ultimate easy truth.
Yeah, the silver bullet answers.
We want you to question those big claims. And really importantly, reclaim your own intellectual freedom.
Get out from under systems designed to keep you searching. Always searching.
Always needing that next book, that next seminar to finally get the answer.
Okay, so let's start by laying out the blueprint of this deception itself. Melchizedek's whole teaching system, it's built on a really specific story, a narrative. He basically says that patterns like the flower of life, you know, the one, that intricate design of overlapping circles.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Right. That and things derived from it like the fruit of life and the basic Platonic solids. He says they aren't just symbols.
Okay, so what are they then, in his view?
He claims they are the literal divine blueprints for all of creation, like everything.
Wow, literal blueprints.
From galaxies down to your DNA. That's the claim.
And you can see the appeal, right? Just immense.
Totally.
This isn't just some philosophical idea floating around. It's presented as absolute foundational truth.
Like finding the universe's source code.
Exactly. It promises this universal language, a complete decoder ring for existence itself. I mean, who wouldn't want that?
Right.
It feels like it answers the biggest questions: where life came from, what your purpose is.
Yeah.
All neatly explained by these elegant, perfect patterns.
The genius of it, maybe the deceptive genius, isn't the geometry itself.
No.
It's how it hijacks our natural desire for meaning. It offers these cosmic answers, but quietly, it installs a dependency.
The dependency on the
Interpreter.
Precisely. The one with the keys.
Yeah.
Now, here's where Melchizedek gets, well, particularly clever.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't just stop at geometry. He constructs this whole sweeping revisionist history to prop it all up.
The backstory.
Yeah. He takes Pharaoh Akhenaton.
Yeah. And paints him as this, like, pacifist figure, almost messianic. And in this story, Akhenaton establishes a mystery school focused on immortality.
A mystery school for immortality.
Okay. And this whole reimagined history gets directly linked to the Jesus narrative.
Connecting the dots back.
Exactly. It serves as this powerful ancient foundation, or supposed ancient foundation, for his modern system. It's a very deliberate way to claim ancient roots and authority.
Makes sense. And he doesn't stop there, right? He even reinterprets sacred texts.
Oh, absolutely. Take Genesis, the Bible.
Yeah.
The first movement, you know, spirit moved over the waters. In his view, that's not just poetry.
It gives literal geometry.
Yes. A literal geometric process. Spirit projecting lines into the void, apparently.
Wow.
And let there be light. That becomes the creation of the Vesica Pisces.
The almond shape from two overlapping circles.
That's the one. So what he's doing is providing this seemingly scientific or logical grounding for spiritual concepts.
Which makes them feel undeniably real, like facts.
Yeah.
Unchallengeable.
Exactly. And if the cosmos and ancient history aren't enough proof for you, these claims extend directly to you, your body.
How so?
Melchizedek asserts the human body itself is a perfect physical manifestation of these sacred geometric principles.
Our bodies are geometric proofs.
According to him, yes. Everything, from the moment of conception, the way cells divide, even like the structure of your finger bones.
Seriously, finger bones.
Yep. It supposedly all proves our divine, geometrically ordered nature. Your physical form becomes a proof point for his entire system.
You know, the draw there is just, it's profound, isn't it?
It really is.
It gives you this sense of inherent divinity, purpose. You're told your existence isn't random, it's perfectly designed. That gets rid of all the discomfort, right? The biological messiness, the randomness, the chaos of evolution.
Yeah, it smooths it all out.
It offers relief from that existential angst, replaces it with the comfort of being like a perfectly executed divine plan.
But then the question arises, who holds this special knowledge? Who gets to interpret the plan?
Ah, yes, the gatekeepers.
Well, Melchizedek introduces the Great White Brotherhood,
Okay.
and its 72 orders, supposedly a secret hierarchical spiritual lineage.
Guiding humanity.
Guiding humanity towards Christ consciousness, as he puts it.
That's a classic move, isn't it?
Textbook. It legitimizes the speaker, his knowledge, makes it sound esoteric insider info.
Something you can only get through them. Through their interpretation, maybe their initiation process.
Precisely.
And that taps right into deep human desire, doesn't it? For belonging.
Yeah.
For access to secrets. The belief that there are hidden masters, enlightened guides.
Guiding our evolution behind the scenes.
It cleverly creates this powerful sense of exclusion and inclusion. You're either out in the cold, ignorant, or you're on the inside, holding the truth.
Which brings us really to the fundamental trick underpinning this whole thing.
What's that?
The constant blurring, the blurring between metaphor and literal claim. Geometry is presented 1 minute as this beautiful, evocative, metaphorical language, a way to think about consciousness.
Okay, that sounds harmless enough.
But then, the next minute, it's asserted as technical, literal, scientific, and historical fact.
With no clear line between the two.
None at all. It's a bait and switch. And it's designed to bypass your critical thinking.
Okay, so that's where we start taking it apart.
Exactly. Time for the cognitive dismantling. Let's start pulling down this temple brick by sacred geometric brick.
Where do we begin?
Let's go back to that historical revisionism. Akhenaton.
Right.
Melchizedek isn't just presenting historical facts, even controversial ones. He's resurrecting Akhenaton as a mythic archetype.
A pure hero.
Totally. And the villains he sets up, the priests, the military, they're not nuanced historical figures. They're cartoonish, multimillionaires controlling everything, he says.
So it's simplified, good versus evil.
Exactly. And that's designed to immediately position you, the listener, as part of this enlightened minority, fighting against oppression.
Ah, so you become part of the story.
It's a brilliant emotional hook. It crafts this lineage of oppressed truth that you instantly feel connected to. You're on the side of the angels, no verification needed.
Okay, I see that. And then the geometry itself, the bait and switch you mentioned.
Yes. The narrative treats poetic metaphor like God moving over the waters as literal science.
Not symbolic, but actual physics or something.
Right. Melchizedek isn't dealing in metaphor, he's dealing in certainty. He claims the Vesica Pisces is the light. The egg of life is the literal, immutable structure of your being.
That feels like, well, you called it intellectual violence.
I think it is. It weaponizes both sides of the brain. The left brain's love of order, the right brain's sense of wonder fuses them together.
Into this kind of awestruck acceptance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It effectively shuts down your ability to step back and ask critical questions.
Which leads where?
Directly to what we might call biopower appropriation, taking power over your biology.
How does it work?
Your body, your physical existence, it's no longer really your own. It gets reduced.
Reduced to what?
To just a proof point for his geometric God idea. Your conception, cell division, those finger bones.
It all just serves his argument.
It's all subordinate to his dogma. It's a kind of epistemological violence, a distortion of knowledge. It strips biology of its, messiness, its evolutionary complexity, its beautiful chaos.
And replaces it with what?
A rigid, predetermined, esoteric blueprint. You're not a product of chance and evolution. You become, quite literally, a walking, talking Platonic solid.
Wow. Okay. And the final piece, the hidden hierarchy.
The Great White Brotherhood. This is the ultimate power play, really.
How so?
First, he convinces you the truth is hidden and it's geometric. Okay.
Right.
Then he reveals that this truth is managed, controlled by secret orders, by this elite group.
So you can't just figure it out yourself.
Nope. You can't just understand it. You have to be initiated into it, led through it.
Which creates
a perpetual state of lack for you, the seeker. You're always on the outside looking in, always needing the next piece of knowledge, the next level, the next lecture.
You become a permanent customer.
A permanent consumer of the arcane. Never quite complete. Always dependent on the guy selling the next secret key.
Okay, so let's bring in some counterweights.
Yeah.
Some other ways of thinking that can help us see through this.
Good idea. Let's arm that intellectual immune system. When we hear these claims about sacred geometry as absolute truth, it's worth comparing it.
To what?
It actually mirrors, in a way, the control mechanisms of medieval scholasticism.
Ah, interesting. How so?
Think about that period. All knowledge had to fit within church dogma and Aristotelian logic.
Right, everything had to conform.
Dissent wasn't just seen as wrong, it was heretical, dangerous. It created this closed, self-justifying system.
Much like Melchizedek attempts with geometry.
Yeah.
A single, unchallengeable framework.
Pretty much, it leaves no room for independent exploration or contradictory evidence.
And what's fascinating is how that rigidity is like the polar opposite of some other spiritual practices.
Like what?
Like Zen Buddhism's koan practice.
Ah, the koan. Good one.
Right. It deliberately tries to shatter your logical frameworks, your neat conceptual boxes.
To force a direct insight beyond the intellect.
Exactly. It sees any model, geometric or otherwise, as just a finger pointing at the moon.
It's not the moon itself.
The map is not the territory.
Yeah.
And mistaking one for the other means you miss the actual reality.
Now, if we connect this to broader critical thinking, this really echoes Michel Foucault's ideas.
Power knowledge.
Exactly. Foucault showed how specific ways of organizing knowledge like this geometric taxonomy Melchizedek proposes are never neutral.
They're tied to power.
Inextricably linked to systems of social control. They produce a certain kind of truth, one that benefits the hierarchy promoting it. Knowledge itself becomes a tool of power.
So what's really crucial here, for you listening, is to understand that buying into this kind of absolute system makes you, well, potentially a pawn.
A pawn in what we could call the guru industrial complex.
Explain that.
It's this whole industry that profits hugely from selling certainty, selling secret knowledge.
To people who feel lost.
Often, yeah. People disenchanted, maybe overwhelmed by the ambiguity and complexity of modern life. They offer this comfortable, prepackaged truth.
But it always comes with strings attached, usually involving the guru.
Always. Okay, let's pivot now. Let's talk about the human body as geometric measure.
Right. The idea that our bodies are proof.
This strongly reminds me of older systems. Think astrology or the ancient theory of humorism.
How are they similar?
Well, both claimed they could derive absolute truth about your personality, your destiny, your health.
From external factors.
Yeah.
Like stars or bodily fluids.
Exactly. They created a fixed, predetermined identity for you based on these external, often unverifiable frameworks. This is an old trick, really, just given a geometric loss here.
And this idea, it bumps right up against modern science, doesn't it?
Fundamentally, think about Darwinian evolution.
Okay.
Evolution describes a messy, contingent, adaptive process. There's no grand blueprint, no final geometric cause driving it.
It's more trial and error.
Form follows function, driven by the struggle for existence and random mutation, not some divine geometric plan. Evolution embraces the very randomness and imperfection that this kind of sacred geometry tries to erase.
There's also a feminist critique here, isn't there?
Yeah.
Thinking about Donna Haraway.
Absolutely. Haraway's A Cyborg Manifesto is a powerful counter-narrative.
How so?
She argues against these totalizing stories that try to define us by some pure, essential biological destiny, geometric or otherwise. She pushes for embracing fractured hybrid identities, liberating ourselves from those myths.
So your body isn't some fixed template to be decoded.
Not at all. It's a site of ongoing becoming, an evolving story full of contingency and potential.
So if you buy into this body as blueprint idea,
You risk becoming a pawn in a different game. Spiritual bioessentialism.
replacing science with mysticism.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Replacing an evidence-based understanding of biology with a mystical one that, conveniently, can only be decoded and authorized by its chosen interpreters.
It shifts the authority away from you, your experience, and verifiable knowledge.
And puts it squarely in the hands of the external expert.
Okay, let's strip this down further. Let's get to the core lies with our Deception Manifesto. Deception number 1.
The myth of the oppressed esoteric lineage.
This is basically historical revisionism, right?
Yeah.
And emotional manipulation.
Absolutely. And its power source. It's that guru industrial complex deliberately discrediting mainstream history.
Right.
Why? To make its own claims seem older, deeper, more profound, more persecuted.
And if we look cross-culturally, this isn't new, is it?
Not at all. It's basically Gnosticism, just repackaged for a new age market.
Same old story.
Same story. Secret knowledge, the gnosis, possessed by a chosen few but suppressed by evil, powerful institutions. The church, the state, the scientists, whoever.
Okay, so what's the freedom lens here? How do we see through it?
Realize that this lie makes you feel like a rebel, but you're actually just playing a role in their story. True rebellion isn't buying into their prepackaged heroic myth. It's trusting your own critical mind, your own research.
Got it. Deception number 2.
The literalization of metaphor.
This is a category error, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mistaking symbols for facts.
Precisely, a false equivalence. And its power. It comes from the spiritual authoritarian figure, the one who claims they have the literal decoder ring for the entire universe.
Like holding the ultimate instruction manual.
Yeah, and cross-culturally. Honestly, it's fundamentalist biblical literalism, just wearing a geodesic mask.
Instead of scripture, it's geometry as the technical manual.
You got it. The geometry is the absolute literal fact, not poetry, not metaphor.
And the freedom lens for this one.
Recognize that swallowing this means you trade the infinite, complex mystery of existence. For what? A child's paint-by-numbers kit.
Ouch.
Reclaim your right to wonder, to live with questions, to not need all the answers handed to you right now.
Okay. Deception number 3.
The biopower of blueprints. This is scientism misusing the language of science and reductionism.
How does it work? Where does the power come from?
It's like a Neoplatonic hierarchy, imposing a single, perfect, ideal form onto messy, chaotic reality. Your body isn't allowed to be just your body.
It has to be a demonstration of their idea.
Exactly. And cross-culturally. This is just phrenology with better marketing, better graphics.
Measuring skulls to find truth.
Claiming to deduce ultimate truth about you from the shape and measurement of your body instead of your actual life, your thoughts, your experiences.
So the freedom lens here is...
Your body is not a theorem waiting to be solved by someone else's geometric key. It's a lived experience. A chaotic, beautiful symphony of biology, consciousness, history, environment. Reducing it to geometry is, frankly, a profound act of violence against your own flesh, your own identity.
Right. And the final one, deception number 4.
The all-seeing, all-knowing, hidden hierarchy.
This is basically an appeal to secret authority, right? Hierarchical control.
Textbook. The power lies entirely with the self-appointed intermediaries. Melchizedek, the Brotherhood, whoever claims to be the conduit.
They position themselves as the necessary gatekeepers.
And cross-culturally. It's the same claim to authority as, say, the Catholic Church's apostolic succession, just sold on the spiritual black market.
We are the chosen channel.
We hold the keys. We have the direct line to God, or the ascended masters, or the geometric truth.
So the freedom lens needed here.
Understand this clearly. Any doctrine, any system that requires a secret priesthood, a guru, any kind of intermediary between you and reality is a prison.
Your access is direct.
Your access to wonder, your connection to the universe, it's immediate. It doesn't require a membership card or a secret handshake or an expensive seminar.
Okay, so pulling it all together, what's the central unifying lie that holds this whole structure up?
It's the idea that reality itself is a fixed, predetermined hierarchical structure that requires expert, usually esoteric interpretation, and that you are fundamentally an incomplete component within that structure, desperately needing external validation and knowledge from its authorized dealers, from the gurus.
That's the core deception, that feeling of lack they instill.
Precisely. And this analysis, this is your signal. Consider it your weapon.
A weapon against
the prison. Because the prison isn't made of stone, it's made of ideas. Beautiful ideas sometimes. Captivating geometric ideas that promise order, meaning belonging.
But they can be dismantled.
They can be torn down by better ideas, by critical thinking, by intellectual honesty. So yeah, let's burn it down. Metaphorically speaking, of course.
Right. And that doubt, that little voice in your gut sometimes.
Yeah.
That feeling that something is just too neat, too perfect, too conveniently arranged.
Trust it.
That doubt isn't a sign of weakness or lack of faith. It's the seed.
The seed of your intellectual freedom. It's the legacy of every heretic, every questioner who ever looked at a sacred cow and just saw, well, beef.
Your mind. That's the one thing they can never truly own.
Unless you willingly hand it over.
So stop handing it over.
Stop giving it to them.
Yep.
Reject the blueprints. Embrace the chaos.
Find the awe somewhere else.
Find it in the unpredictable, the unmeasurable, the messy, glorious, sometimes terrifying ambiguity of actual existence.
See through the eagle's eye, as they might say, but use it differently.
Yeah. See the power structures hidden within the sacred patterns.
See the coercion that's disguised as revelation.
Agree.
And that's our deep dive for this week.
Remember, the most dangerous illusion is the one you don't know you're in.
But now you know. So here's our question for you. What is the one idea you've held on to that you're finally ready to put on the chopping block after this?
Let us know in the comments. Question the narrative. Deconstruct the dogma. See the system.
We'll see you next time. Stay skeptical. Thank you for joining us.